तो स्टूडेंट्स कैसे हैं आप सभी लोग। तो आज हम लेके आ चुके हैं साइंस के चैप्टर 10 लिविंग क्रिएचर्स एक्सप्लोरिंग देयर कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स। तो लेट्स सी। तो यहाँ पे एक फोटो है, हम इसे पहले पढ़ेंगे। तो Avadi and Ayush go for a morning walk with their parents. Avadi noticed some cells and tried to pick them up. Her mother's advised do her not do so and explained that shell could be home to a living snail and it is actually a part of its body. Avadi wondered how a shell that not even moving could have living being inside. Later day in school, Avadi and Ayush share this accident incident with their friends. They approached the teacher to understood how a shell which is not even moving could be a body part of a living snail. The teacher indicates a discussion entice in initiates a discussion in the class on living and non-living. Activity 10.1. Let us record. We are surrounded by numerous things. Just look around. In custom classrooms, you may find many examples. The pencil that you are holding, the book that you are reading, or pigeon near the window. List them in table in the window. List them in table 10.1 and then identify each of them as living or non-living on basis of your understanding. In column 2, write reason for grouping them as non as in. तो ये होएगा इसकी एक्सरसाइज है। तो अभी हम रीड करते हैं। Was set apart from non-living. Look at the table of 10.1. What do you think? A pencil is non-living but a pigeon living. What do you think are difference between living beings and non-living beings? According to you, what similarity being share with each other? तो अभी जितना भी बताया गया है, अवधि और आयुष थे जो वो दोनों भाई बहन थे। वो एक दिन मॉर्निंग वॉक के निकले थे, उन्हें कुछ स्नेल शेल्स दिखे थे। वो उन्हें पिकअप करने का ट्राई कर लेते, लेकिन उनकी मम्मी ने कहा उन्हें कि मत छू, क्योंकि वो स्नेल का एक घर हो सकता है। तो इस इंसिडेंट को वो अपने दोस्तों के साथ शेयर करते हैं। फिर मैम उनकी एक क्लास में डिस्कशन कर देती हैं। फिर वो डिस्कशन के बाद वो ये चैप्टर आ गए जिसमें था ये क्या कहते हैं, ये लेट अस रिकॉर्ड, जिसमें आइडेंटिफाई करना था। ये हम एक्सरसाइज में करेंगे और इसमें ये बता रहे हैं कि क्या सिमिलैरिटीज और डिफरेंस हो सकते हैं इन दोनों के बीच में। You may identify movement as one of the similarity among living beings. You have also seen cars moving on road. Does means that the car is living. List tasks that you can't do but car cannot. Tasks you can do but car cannot. You are a wonderful example of living being. Whenever you attempt to group things around you as living or non-living, can you compare them yourself? Which categories? For instance, a car does not grow. Does it mean it is a non-living? Now, which characteristics have you अंडरस्टैंड इन कार नॉन लिविंग। तो इसमें ये बताया जा रहा है, जहाँ तक मुझे पता चला, कि एक कार है, वो चीज़ें कर सकती है, लेकिन जो हम कर सकते हैं वो नहीं कर सकती। और तुम्हें अगर आइडेंटिफाई करना है कि तुम्हारे आसपास जो भी चीज़ है नॉन लिविंग लिविंग में, तो आप उसे एक एग्जाम्पल में नहीं कर सकते। कैसे कोई चीज़, मान लो ग्रोथ भी नहीं करती और वो रेस्पिरेशन भी नहीं करती, लेकिन वो मूवमेंट दिखाते हैं, लिविंग बीइंग्स मूवमेंट दिखाते हैं, तो क्या वो लिविंग हुई? ऐसे ही हम कर नहीं सकते, ऐसे भी एक एग्जांपल में। Continue your discussion in similar ways to identify the essential characteristics of living beings. What are the some common characteristics that makes living beings very different from the others, from the non-living things? Let us learn about. Considered with one of the movement characteristics to different between non-living and living. List 5 things around you that cannot move on their own, जो खुद से move नहीं कर सकती. Do you think that all 5 things that you can listed can be considered as living because they can move on their own? However, unlike animals, plants do not move from one place to another. Do you consider them as living? जैसे मैंने कहा था, एनिमल और प्लांट लिविंग तो है, लेकिन वो मूवमेंट बहुत कम दिखाते हैं, जो अनलाइकली एनिमल्स होते हैं, जैसे इसमें बताया है। क्या कहते हैं, प्लांट्स, इनके पत्ते हिलते हैं, वो हवा से हिलते हैं। जो इंसेक्टिवोरस होते हैं, जैसे ये प्लांट फोटो में दिया है, डोजेरा, ये फ्लाइज को पकड़ के अपना माउथ बंद कर लेते हैं, तो ये मूवमेंट हुई। तो ऐसे हम एक एग्जांपल नहीं कर सकते। Even though plants do not move from one place to another, they show movement. Certain types of movement. Opening of flowers is one of the example of the movement in plants. Other example of movement in plants is seen in insectivorous plants. Insectivorous plants are dependent for insects for their nutrition. Dorsera is the one of the examples of insectivorous plant. Dorsera is featured with saucer-shaped leaf, have male hair-like projections, equal length, with sticky end. Whenever an insect enters the saucer, the hair move inwards and trap the insect. Try to observe the mechanical movement of other insectivorous plant. Climbers also wind themselves around any object placed close to them. That means even though plants do not move from one place to other, they show some movements. मनी प्लांट मेरे साइड में लग रखा, मैंने देखा। पहले वो छोटा सा था, फिर उसने बेल बना के अपना, पता नहीं वो घर के ऊपर है, अभी कहीं घर के ऊपर चला गया। That means even though the plants do not move from the show, they show some movements. अरे दोबारा बोल दिया। हाँ, तो मैं ये कहने जा रहा था, जो मनी प्लांट होता है उसकी हम मूवमेंट खुद से नहीं देख सकते, क्योंकि वो बहुत से भी बहुत ज़्यादा स्लो मूव करता है। Compare yourself with the picture of your childhood, can you? तो ये देख लो, पहले एकदम छोटे, फिर टीनेजर बने, और ये wear the dress that you used for wear 4 years ago. No, because you are become larger. क्या तुम 4 साल पुरानी अपनी टी शर्ट पहन सकते हो? ऑब्वियसली नहीं, तुम बड़े हो गए हो। This due to growth in your body. Plants and other living beings can consider the growth as characteristics of living beings. Living beings need food for their growth and development. Least living beings that require food to grow. 5 living beings बताने हैं, ये भी एक्सरसाइज में. Now think of a process without the which cannot live. Count and number of breaths you can take per minute after a normal walk, after a run, and after few dance steps. Record the data you observe. Do you notice any number in मुझे हंसी आ रही है of breaths and after each situation? Do you notice the process of breathing? रुको. The process of breathing, when we inhale, the air moves out from outside to inside our body. When we breathe out, the air moves from inside our body to outside. Breathing is a part of process called respiration. Do plants also respire? Do plants also respire? Answer है yes. There are tiny parts called stomata. वो stomata के through लेते हैं सांस. On surface of leaves, therefore help plants in taking air in and out. Interact with this senior class student in your school and request if they demonstrate stomata using a microscope in your class, and also a living being respire. Have you noticed white patches forming or on the t-shirts, the interim during the summers? These patches are formed due to sweat. The sweat is consist of water and salt. Removal of the body as waste project and removal of the waste of the from our body is called excretion. Urine is a form of as a product of excretion in animals. Do you know that plants also excrete? You may notice plants excrete excess water and minerals and in the form of small droplets on the leaf. For example, grasses and roses are living beings. Living beings excrete. Let us look another characteristic. What your reaction after if you unexpectedly step on a sharp object such a throne? While walking without shoes, you accidentally touched a hot cup of tea. Stepping on a throne and touching a hot object are called stimuli. Any object event promotes beings respond to stimulus. Let's list 3 stimuli. Ruler stimulus होता है इसका and your body instant response to them. Do plants also respond? Yes, plants also respond to stimuli. For example, touch me not plant, मुंह में सा छुई मुई, ये लालूचा क्या पता नहीं क्या, जो भी होगा पता नहीं गाइस, मैं ट्राई करता हूँ एक बार. Lajalu plants fold their leaves when we touch them. Have you also observed that certain plants fold their leaves after sunset. Specify the leaves of certain plants facing each other and tend to become together. This can this can be observed in sleeping leaves of amla, Indian gooseberries. याद रखना, आंवला की जो प्लूरल होता है वो इंडियन प्लूरल नहीं मतलब इंग्लिश होता है, वो इंडियन गूसबेरीज होता है. Trees. Also living beings respond to stimuli. Find a few more plants in your neighborhood which fold their leaves after sunset. Why do leaves of chumai and avla respond in this way? Which stimuli could be respond for their behavior? Have you seen young ones of cat and dogs, other animals? List young ones of 5 different animals. Have you seen young ones of any non-living things? No. Such a pencil, a chair? No. A living beings reproduction is a process of producing new ones of one own kind, which is necessary. It is necessary for continuity of life. When a living being is not able to exhibit all of the above mentioned characteristics, so abilities of or resources needed for being alive, it says to be dead. For For from the above discussion, we can understand that all living beings can share some common characteristics. From example, all the living beings show some movement they need. तो गाइस आज के लिए इतना ही करते, वरना ज़्यादा वीडियो लंबी हो जाएगी. तो